All right. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All praises to the Most High. Take a look at this jail video. If y'all guys know where this happened at, please let me know in the comments so I can get more information on this video. But just watch this right here. This is after the police did what he did. You can actually see the blood on the floor from this young black girl's mouth. There you see 4 white officers. All right, so here's the beginning of it. I felt that myself. And look at her hands. If anybody ever saw that Miami quarterback who got a concussion, that's exactly how his hands did. And look at this girl writhing in pain, and he's still grabbing her hands, which are already handcuffed. And he steps away. I've done my damage. Now y'all take care of her. Look at the blood on the floor. She's obviously like concussed. Look at her arm. He probably caused that girl mental damage. Now I'm going to stop it right here. Let's talk about it. We'll play it again, right? But what did you see in the video that young lady did to warrant being slammed like that? Things like that happen on a regular occurrence in the jail more often than we know. We've all just recently seen the video of Christian Black out in Dayton, Ohio, who was suffocated. Some people say even a syringe was used to cause his death. We all know about Robert Brooks and the other brother up there in the northern upstate New York prison that was brutalized to death. So all of these things happen behind closed doors, but these just happen to be caught on tape. So if these incidents, how frequently we are seeing these incidents being caught on tape, just imagine how often that they happen, that they are not caught on tape. The brutality of that video is unspeakable. That lady is in handcuffs, and evidently he tried to take a little headband off of her, and she pulled her head back. And at one point, he finally gets the headband off of her. So now what is the problem? You've already accomplished the mission, whether she's talking junk to you or not, and that's when it mostly happens because, once again, I know because I've been in that position. There's no way, and please, somebody in the chat, because I know you're going to come and say, well, she was resisting. Well, she wasn't following the command. She was at what level of humanity that you have to be devoid of to treat a human being like that, who's already in handcuffs, have no way of defending herself. Herself, mind you. Now, this is a woman. So all of the Me Too, Women's Lib group, Betsy Ross, Ida B. Wells groups, where is the outrage on this? I remember Ray Rice became the poster child for domestic violence for punching his soon-to-be wife, who was actually, I think they're still married to this day. He lost NFL contracts. He lost everything. Now, this police officer or this jailer, whoever he is, pretty sure he still got his $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year job. But this is what he's allowed to do to our women. Best believe if there was a white woman in that same position and she simply pulled away from the officer, I dare not think that she would be ending up on the floor like that with her arms in a paralyzed position. Like, she didn't come in there with that left arm stuck in one place. You see her. She's just chilling, probably mad because she got arrested. He goes to take it off. She reaching. She reaching. She just, then he yanks her. And then she's probably he pulling her hair right now. And then he just slams her. Like, what type of coward do you got to be, man? I can't watch it no more. Because, that's when I become the angry black man, right? But as Ecclesiastes 7:7 says, surely oppression makes a wise man mad. And this is what we see possibly in the case of Rodney Hinton Jr., if he did what they said he did. But the treatment of people, and I'm not going to say inmates, I'm going to say people, because that's how they dehumanize you when they label you inmates, suspect, prisoner. That removes the humanity from you. So the treatment of people in prison is less than humane. I'll tell this story. I was in Virginia Beach jail, and I had a substance on me that shouldn't have been in the jail when I got arrested. I went to dress out, and in my addiction, I thought I was smart enough to bring this powdery white substance upstairs with me. And in the midst of them strip searching me and, asking me to bend down and cough, I tried to hide the substance in my mouth. I hid the substance in my mouth. The guy who was checking me saw it. He automatically jumps on me, calls about 5 or 6 deputies into the room. They start jumping on me, trying to pry open my mouth. I'm chewing the bag of white substances, trying to get it down my throat. But if anybody knows about that powdery white substance, it makes your mouth really, really dry. And at this point, my mouth was really, really numb. And so I'm not opening my mouth. They called the nurse in there. She's jabbing the little thing that holds your tongue down. When you say she's trying to jab that in there. My mouth is locked. Now, if you know about that powdery substance, it makes your mouth locked, right? So I'm still chewing. I'm trying to eat it down, but I can't swallow. Now, this is what the officer does just to get a charge. Now, I wasn't harming nobody. Just to get the charge on me, I'm not opening my mouth. This is what the officer does. He holds my nose. Now, if I would have been continue to be determined not to let them get that substance out and not open my mouth, of course I would have died. I would have suffocated to death, or I would have died of asphyxia or something like that, right? And what would have been the narrative? Richard Taylor choked while trying to swallow a substance in jail. But in reality, those officers, in their zealousness to put an extra charge on me, was willing to kill me in order to secure that charge. One of them had their hands around my throat so I couldn't swallow. One of them had their hands on my nose, and one of them was jabbing something in my throat. And of course, eventually I had to open my mouth, and they got the powdery bag. They didn't get the powdery substance, though, because that had already been absorbed. And I am blessed that, I didn't, OD. But then, of course, they would have said, well, no, he OD'd, trying to swallow. No, I would have passed with you guys trying to get the substance out of my throat. Now, should I have the substance in there? Of course not. Should I have been even using the substance? Of course not. But that shouldn't have been the reason for my potential demise, with officers holding my nose, choking me, trying to get this substance out, just because they want to put the extra charge on me. So this is the lack of humanity of these officers. And those who say it has nothing to do with race, I would beg to differ, because who do you see in this picture? And I'm not even going to play it because I can't see it anymore. Who do you see in this picture? 1, 2, 3. 3 white guys, 4 white guys now, and 1 black girl with a bloody mouth on the floor, unable to control her bodily limbs. So, I know there's another despicable instance of law enforcement treating black people badly. I know we're tired of seeing it, but I have to continuously keep this at the forefront for those who always make excuses for these people. Oh, well, you shouldn't have been running. Oh, you shouldn't have been resisting. You shouldn't have been ordering commands. What was she doing wrong? Go ahead and put it in the comments, because I know somebody got an answer. What was she going on? But nevertheless, y'all know the number, 919-587-7782. Cash App is up there as well. Website is up there where you can purchase each one of my books. But most of all, I thank y'all for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Please continue to text, calls, emails, all of the interaction. with your input and your contribution to these stories. Thank y'all for tuning in. As Ephesians 5:11 says, take no part in the works of darkness, rather expose them, because it is a shame to even think of or even speak of what they do in secret. And that was right there was done in secret. Peace and blessings.